Salve galera, site Aéreo do Metal hoje tem a honra de receber uma das maiores bandas do metal atualmente, Borknagar, e vamos falar com o guitarrista e compositor Øystein. E first of all, Øystein, be welcome to
Yeah.
Brazil, be welcome to our website called A Ilha do Metal, that means the Metal Island.
Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah, this will be your first tour here in Brazil. I don't know if you already come to South America. And in 2010, I think the tour was cancelled. And how are you expect about this new tour here in Brazil? Almost seven years later, if finally here in Brazil. What about
Yeah,
this?
finally. Yeah, I mean, finally, and I guess that's the key word of the whole thing. We have been really, really looking forward to this tour. I mean, I've been, since we had this planning this tour back in 2010, we have, even before I really wanted to go to South America. I mean, we have a lot of fans, we have a lot of friends down there. There seems to be a really, the metal scene seems to be on the rise in South America. At least that's my impression from Norway. And it's and also when I was a teenager back in the days, I was really into to this. I've always been very fascinated by history and old culture and stuff like that. So I was remember back in the days I was reading a lot of literature about Maya and Inca, India, stuff like that. All the old ancient history. So for me, it's both musically a musical adventure, but it's also a personal adventure in many ways. I mean, as I said before, we have a lot of great friends in South America. For example, one of the guys who's been a friend for a long time, Marcelo Rosco, which is a great designer for Brazil. We also have guys running our website, stuff like that, from Chile. So we have a huge expectations. I mean, we don't really know what to expect. We know the only thing we really know to expect that there is warm weather and there is sun. In Norway, it's like in the middle of winter now, so that will be nice for some folks hiking to get some sun.
Yeah.
And that's something we know we can expect, but we don't know the venues. We haven't played in. At least I haven't played in South America before, so. I don't really know what to expect, how the audience react, how big venues or small venues, if there is a great atmosphere or not, things like that. I really don't know, but I expect a lot. I really do. I mean, there has been a lot of fuss regarding this tour, where we have done promotion, and there is a lot of things on Facebook and all this stuff. It seems like there is. It seems like we're going to have a really good time. I really hope so. And we're going to do the best we can to deliver some nice shows and make a great atmosphere. And, also try to, get time to talk with, to meet people a little bit, with the bears, just, being together with the South American metal family, basically. So we want to make this a really nice thing to remember, basically. And also it's a little bit special because we have this not anymore really, but last year we had this 20-year celebration thing. We had it with the Tries was the 10th album, so it's like it's a kind of what can I say, we also have a really nice, I would say, nice set list. We kind of play songs from all the albums, musical history of the band. So it's at least for a fan of the band, I would assume they really like the show, but also the young people, that is into metal or whatever, comes along and
Yeah.
join us having a good time, really.
Yeah, we always expected there to be a great shows here in São Paulo. I think all the year,
Mm.
because many fans are waiting for you for a long time. And
Oh,
last year you released the White Race album. In our opinion, for some guys here in our website, is the best release in heavy metal in 2016. How can you say about
mm.
when you are record this album? Do you think they will become a special CD like your fans are listening this album and said because we saw some reviews on the internet and always say that's a great album. Do you expect this feedback when you are recording the White Tracy album?
What can I say? Basically, I don't expect much. I mean, music is something that people basically don't need. I mean, people need, food, people need to drink, people need toilet paper, but, people doesn't really need music. I mean, there is already so much music, so I never really expect anything, but it's always very kind of, speaking about myself, I spent a lot of time working on the Ricky Trice album. I spent almost a year just working in the studio and making songs and editing, producing, and all that stuff back and forth. So finally get out the album, and I must admit that this time around we got really nice feedbacks from all over the world. I mean, for the first time we got on national charts in several countries in Europe, for example, in Sweden, Finland, Switzerland, Germany, and we got on the Billboard list in the US and stuff like that. So it's apparently people like it. And of course, I love all the music we have done. I mean, it's all, even the first, the second, the third album, it's like, for me, I have a very kind of personal relationship towards those albums. And it's a way of testimony of my life, of my, the atmosphere back then, my a lot of things comes to mind when you listen back to those albums. So I equally love all the albums really a lot, really. But I think Winter's Tries turned out in a way a little bit special because, it was a 10th album. We got Garm to do, the first vocalist to do a couple of songs on this album, just, to kind of celebrate this 10th album, and it's like 20 years we started out doing the first album and stuff like that. So it's a special album in many ways, and it seems like people like it. What more can I say, really?
Yeah, and you answer our next question also. is very good. Is not now how this concert here in São Paulo was the first and only show in Brazil. Do you prepare some set list so special? We have a little request. Our website would like that you play future reminiscence here in Brazil. Do you are preparing some special set list?
It's always special. I mean, the fact that we are going to South America is kind of special. I mean, we are not the most touring band around. I mean, I like touring, and we have done more touring the last couple of years. But it's first and foremost for me, it's about making music, creating music, being at that state of mind kind of thing. But I would say we have a really cool set list. I'm not sure if I can satisfy everyone. I mean, some people want, we have a lot of songs. I guess altogether it's like about 100 songs or something like that. We can't do everything. But at least in my opinion, and of course we have tried some of the songs on European shows and festivals and stuff like that. We have tried to pick the songs that works best live, that we kind of make works best in a way, sounds best live, that we, and also of course enjoy playing live. And there is also some, there is some songs we have on some albums that is not really, we should do them live, but it would never really be the same as the album kind of thing. There is a couple of songs that, wouldn't really be possible to do them properly live unless you have a huge production. Of course, if you have the money, you can do everything basically. But we have tried to, find a balance between old and new, and what can you say? The songs that works basically live, that we enjoy to play live. I think that's very important. That the band, that we being on stage and performing these songs also enjoy it very much, and that's something we always focus very much on when we kind of selecting songs. That let's make something that we enjoy playing, and not just play it to play it. So in that sense, it will be special. But everybody has their own opinion about things, and everybody, some people like this album and not the other album, and some people like this song and not this song. So it's, you can never satisfy everybody, but we do the best, and I think that what we'll be doing is pretty okay actually.
Yeah, I'm sure that will be a greatest concert. And now a question for you, but you as a fan, what do you think the best concert that you see live and the worst concert that you see live? Do you remember? Could you tell us?
Yeah, the best concert actually. I was, but that's a long time ago. But that I will forever remember that concert, and it was in 1994. And me and my father, which actually passed away last year, we went to a concert with Pink Floyd in Oslo, actually, in the Division Bell tour back in '94, and that was, every concert after that has been, yeah, okay, it's cool, but this Pink Floyd concert was just amazing. The whole atmosphere, the display of it, all the lights, the sound, and the guys back down, the workman he playing guitar like a god, and then he's singing as well as a crazy, amazing concert. I will never forget that concert. When it's come to the worst concert, I don't really know who I should, blame. Tag on that. How many? We have been doing so many festivals, so many tours along the years, and we have seen a lot of concerts. Some is good, some is bad, some is really bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know really.
Sorry,
I don't.
I'm not listening. You could you repeat, please?
Yeah, through the years I've seen so many concerts, festivals, touring and stuff like that. So, there is bad concerts, there is good concerts, but there is also really, really bad concerts. But I don't, I don't know what band I should tag on that one. It's a bit rude. It's a bit rude, on the interview to, yeah, this band is bad. There is some that I don't like that much though, but I don't really who to point my finger on it.
No problem. Uh, we have here in Brazil, we not have the opportunity to see a Pink Floyd concert here, but 2 years ago, I have the opportunity to see David Gilmour here, and I think was amazing. And now
Yeah.
also I could participate and talk in the press conference with David Gilmour. It was an honor. I remember
Oh.
when I get out from the room after the interview, I was shaking. Falei, oh my God, David Gilmour was by my side minutes ago.
Oh.
I, I think you can imagine it how when you see some legends of rock and roll here in Brazil
Yeah.
because it's so far away from everything.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, even for me, I would be starstruck. Meeting good. I've been a Pink Floyd fan all my life, really. Since I was a tiny, tiny kid, because my father he collected a lot of LPs back in the days in
Oh,
the 60s. When I was a small kid, he had everything basically on LP, from everything from, Steppenwolf, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, everything basically. So since I was a tiny kid, I was listening to all this prog rock, Pink Floyd, everything basically from that era. So I just, got it in. I just grew up on that kind of music. So Pink Floyd has for me always been the point zero kind of in the musical landscape. That's everything circles around Pink Floyd in a way, if you get my point. There was a lot of great bands, there was a lot of great musicians, but in the end of the day, Pink Floyd is, to me, the big thing. If there is some gods in the universe of music, that's David Gilmour.
yes, I think
You know,
I think exactly the same. I think
yeah,
exactly the same.
yeah, it's Pink Floyd is for me, or it's ground zero in terms of music. That's where everything starts in a way. Of course, it doesn't, because we have a lot of music that came before and way before blah blah, Deuce and the musical history, but for me personally speaking, my musical in my musical world, Pink Floyd is the starting point of everything, and everything else is kind of just circling around it somehow.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Now you almost answer the next question, because you see,
Again,
not really all questions, because when you listen Borknagar, we could found some folk metal, and we also, when we are talking about this interview, we can see the progressive. Now you have the reason why you put some progressive in your music, because Pink Floyd, and of course your base it's black metal. And I think, what you think about the current black metal scene in the world?
well, to be quite honest, I don't follow it that closely anymore. Really, I mean, I work so much with my own music. I also do Cronin stuff from time to time. I also do now. I recently built my own studio. I have a professional high-end studio now, so I kind of also produce some albums and record. So, to be quite frank, the last years I've not really listened that much to music in general. I haven't really had a time. When I'm done in the studio at the end of the day, I'm just tired. I want to have some peace, silence, really. But to me it seems, the little I know about the scene, the little I kind of gaze out of the whole music, the black scene of the world or whatever. It seems really healthy though. I mean, there is a lot of bands popping up everywhere, and there's a lot of good bands, I would say. And what I've maybe one thing that I was really, I don't know in the whole world, but at least in Norway and the scene I know the best is like the new generation of musicians are just brilliant musicians. I mean, we are playing together with the new drummer, or not the new anymore, but the latest drummer, Moore, which also plays in Bros and also plays in different other bands. I mean, it's different. They come from a different school. They have, a totally different level of skills, in many ways. Not that necessarily always for the better, because I mean, the old guys like me, and we are not. I'm not a really a good guitarist. I can't really play anything else than my own thing. Really, if you ask me to play something from Pink Floyd, I'm like, what the fuck. But I can do my own shit. I can make music. I have this, and I've been doing this for such a long time. But if you compare me with, one of the new generation musicians in Norway, and probably also in the rest of the world, I can't really play guitar.
Yeah.
But some of these guys that is kind of growing up, a new generation of musicians now. Maybe one weak point with that is that I think some of the musicians is too generic. I mean, it's too. They are in a way not that creative in terms of making music. I mean, to me there is a lot of bands, excellent musicians, excellent productions, excellent covers. Everything is nice, but I've heard it so many times before. So sometimes I ask myself, where is the pioneer shit? Where is the entrepreneurs in music? The guys who kind of change their music scene a little bit.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
No, yes, I'm here. I'm here, and now
Okay.
now a question. Now you said that you listen anything outside. What you listen today outside of heavy metal? Do you listen some bands, from pop musicians, something like this? When you are in the car, what you hear?
Yeah, I do.
What do you hear?
I listen.
Sorry.
Not say. The part. In my car, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should say what I listen to in the car. I mean, that would be maybe embarrassing or something. No, seriously. I mean, in the car, I usually just listen to radio. I listen to whatever comes to the radio. I mainly listen to news and stuff like that, and keep a little bit updated on politics or whatever, what's happening in the world. but from time to time I play some CDs. But the CDs I have in my car is my daughter's CDs, and that's
No.
I don't know, I don't remember the name. That's pop music, Rihanna and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, of course, I listen to music. I find very, one of the bands that I've really liked, really been into, been a huge fan of the last at least 10 years or so is Porcupine Tree and Steven Wilson. To me, Porcupine Tree is like if Pink Floyd started today or 10 years ago, I think they would be on. To me, Porcupine Tree is like, in a way, a new generation of Pink Floyd. In a way, they have this landscapes, atmosphere, really good melodies and stuff like that. So that's music I listen a lot to, actually. A lot of the music that Steven Wilson do from Porcupine Tree. I love the new album by Blackfield, for example. It's a great album, but it's it's pop rockish. It's not really metal or anything like that, but it's really nice, great melodies, and that's something I've learned being a musician myself. I've been writing music since I was like 14, 15 years old. That it's actually true. I mean, a good melody, a good song is great. However, it's performed really. I mean, if it's Dolly Parton doing a great song, the song is still great, even though I don't like Dolly Parton that much. If you get my point. And that's a kind of a perspective on music I've tried to refine more and more in terms of my own music. That I never really wanted. You mentioned this with folk metal, folk music influences in our music, and yeah, that's true. But I've never wanted to copy and paste folk music and copy a melody from folk music or things like that. I wanted to more kind of try to dig into folk music, for example, or blues, or whatever kind of music I listen to. What makes this music special? What's the quality in this music? I'm not trying to capture the melody or anything specific really, but I try to find the essence of different musics, and that's something I've done, especially with folk music. I don't want to make folk music metal, but I want to have some of the magic from folk music into my music, kind of thing. And to me, that's a huge difference. So it's but I've been doing this for so many years, so I'm not. When people ask me, how do I make music? How do I come up with these and that riffs and all that stuff? I don't really have a good answer anymore because I just do it.
No, yes. I agree totally with you, because I think the last years here in Brazil, some guys they're bored guys. I think these bored guys having a word that they think it's like this visual is more important than the music. But if we are listening music, the music will be important. Doesn't matter if the guys are playing, if they have the melody, they do a good musicians. Doesn't matter the style. Of course, we like metal. I think because we like metal, we like more guitars or more drums, strong drums. But if the music is more important, I agree totally with you. What you are saying, doesn't matter the style. If the music is good, I think when I started to listen the music, I remember when I was a kid, some guys said that Duran Duran is not a good music. It's a great pop music, Duran Duran, but and nowadays Duran Duran, it's a cool band. Everybody like Duran Duran. It's amazing things. Now back.
Yeah, definitely.
Now back into the Borknagar future. What's the future? What you are planning for the band in the future after the South America tour?
Yeah, first I haven't been thinking that long really. I mean, we gonna do this tour now, and I've of course started to make some new music and stuff like that. So we are talking about doing a tour in the US if we get in, if they allow us to enter the country. I don't know after this Trump catastrophe.
This is an important issue. This is an important issue. Try to get in the USA.
Excuse me.
Now in these days are important. If you try to do to American, you get the visa
No,
to.
yeah, hopefully I don't know, but you know, it's just a joke. But yeah, of course, we have been thinking about talking about doing a US tour. We're also talking about doing something in England, a small tour in England, in Great Britain, and there might be something going on in Japan as well at some point. But most importantly, I'm kind of starting now to start up the engine in terms of making new album and stuff. So I've been working lately with new songs and for a new album, and I think we, in the end of this year, are gonna at least start recording a new album. And I think by 2018 sometime. I'm not sure if it's early in the year or late in the year or something, but there'll probably be a new album out in 2018 sometime. I don't depends on a lot of things, but that's roughly my plan. Except for that, I don't, I take it, I kind of work year by year more than, I don't plan, for lots of years ahead. I mean, things can happen, I don't know. But definitely, we are working on a new album, and as long as I'm alive, I will probably continue making the album.
Well,
We never really know when the album is ready and stuff like that. So we'll just have to see. But the new album is in the process.
yeah. I would like to thank you so much about this opportunity, Øystein. And now I would like to introduce yourself and invite all Brazilian guys to go to your concert here in São Paulo.
Yeah, this is Øystein from Borknagar, calling in from Norway. Yeah, it's actually 6 days till I'm traveling to Oslo, and then we rehearse for a couple of days and go to Sao Paulo to do the first show on our very first South American tour. We are really looking forward to this, and really hope to see a lot of people, fans, friends, and in general, the whole metal family in South America. Hope to see you there.
Thank you so much, my friend. See you in a few days here in Brazil, okay?
I will definitely. Let's
Yeah.
share a beer or something.
Yeah.
Okay.